So I set it, and then you have got the you have got the notification also. We are on YouTube now. Thank you so much for the digitization that is 21st century demanding for the language teacher too. So we are lucky to have digital laboratory facility, and then we are working closely with so much of resource that is associated with the ELT with digitalization. So one, this examination is also a model for such kind of interesting journey. So if we see the typical work plan of the 1 minute of the exam is to see the first half an hour is for joining the room, checking the room, and then making ourselves comfortable, taking the challenging examination into our pocket happily, and then introducing each other, particularly to set the context. Thanks, my team has given me the opportunity to set the context. I was telling you the background of lab, the background of communication, similarly, why the need of this examination. Altogether, I have put everything before you, and I really thank all the three examiners in spite of your toughest schedule of the day. I know Malvika has just mentioned that she has come out of her class. And Nagrani ma'am since morning was telling she was quite engaged in the activity of her own campus and then came down exactly on 1 o'clock. Similarly, Leelavati was almost for the past 3, 4 days was excitingly asking me, so where is my slot? When is my slot? I wanted to adjust my timeline. So this is what actually the teachers of language always strive hard to help the language learners, because this
Certainly, sir.
ELT, English language teaching and learning practice, has its own sweetness behind. Even Ma'am Leela was also a scholar who is working on AI-based language learning. So AI-based language teaching, language learning. Just now, she also has asked me, your hostage has enabled with AI. What is this known as AI taking, or some sort of a AI mechanism is established to get the transcripts. So she wants to even listen to these transcripts. She asked my permission. It is granted to. We'll be working seriously to develop various ways. And there are thousands odd ways to really teach language, learn language. So it is one such kind of an interesting activity that we have taken up. So now the time for all of you to introduce each other, and I request slot one to get ready. Before the slot one takes up the opportunity to introduce, I just wanted to tell quickly the examiners about the role of them to conduct the examination and how this examination is going around one little video file. In fact, we all know the course that is spread across 16 weeks, and the first 10 weeks we are practicing seriously, and the next 6 weeks we have put it for various evaluations, maybe peer evaluation, and later after that internal examiner evaluation, and now the last week we are completing the course with the external examiners evaluation. So for all these evaluations, we have set up various variety of models of employability, taking, starting from writing email, making a cover letter, getting a draft that is to be made ready, reporting, and so much of language, maybe getting ready to take up first test in employability. So all these were practiced internally. And one best exercise that we feel listen to speak activity was left as the external examiner choice. So where an AV that is played, and then students and we, all of us together listen to it. Once the listening is over, we'll start experimenting our perception. Particularly, student friends would turn up to you by just speaking about their perception quickly for each fellow 30 seconds. And then finally, they'll come in like-minded groups, maybe 2 or 3, 4 or 5 together. They'll come and then discuss. They can also defend the discussions. They can also cross, and they also can try making an attempt of what they have listened to, what they have heard. All that we discuss. So this is typically an hour's time. an exam that can be carried out within the presence of you. And I really appreciate the patience that you have to carry out the best. And finally, last half an hour is reserved for your giving remarks, your oral remarks or your writing remarks, or you wanted to even suggest the team what to do. All that we can do together. So this is how typically the whole work plan that has been put before you. And now the time for internal examiner and then slots to introduce themselves. Over to Joshna ma'am on slot 1.
Thank you, Hari sir, for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Good afternoon, everyone present here. Good afternoon, Hari sir. And I heartily welcome all the three external examiners on board. Let me introduce myself to you. I am Jyotsna, working as an assistant professor of English at Lendi Institute of Engineering and Technology. When it comes to ELCS lab at Lendi, it always creates a hope to the students to build a proper career for the future and proper career. And at the same time, we always encourage students to work as teams. If they work in teams, they collaborate, they compete, and they communicate. We always encourage students to collaborate first. And when they collaborate with each other, automatically the competition starts. And obviously, the end result is communication. So here we have two students sitting next to me. One is Mahalakshmi and the other one is Pradeep. They are so excited to share their experience with us. Over to Mahalakshmi.
Yes, sir. Hello. Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, yes.
In
Mahalakshmi.
this, yes, sir.
Lakshmi, you're audible. Okay. Check.
So mainly in English lab, we focused on employability skills. Is nothing but LSRW. L stands for listen to speak, and S stands for speaking skills, and R stands for reading skills, and W stands for writing skills. I'm very sure about it. We definitely have some better confident before, and we learn somewhat better. We speak very confidently and no hesitation. We can share our thoughts. So very thankful to all teachers and especially Hari sir and Ravati ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Over to Pradeep.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Pradeep. I'm from B, sir. The main thing we learn in English lab is that we can speak properly and clearly. Here we can share our thoughts, our ideas. Even a lot of people have a lot of doubts. We can even rectify our doubts. And mainly this happens because of you and our beloved faculty, sir. We thank you from our heart, sir. And the main thing I mostly like in this lab is the listening and speaking activity, sir, because in that listening and speaking activity, everyone can know about what we are learning and they can share their thoughts. And in group discussion, we can share our thoughts, collaborate our thoughts, and we can make ourselves better. And this lab is the main way in which we can improve our employability skills, because even if we don't know about the subject we are learning, we can use English to communicate with the other persons, which is very important for our employability skills. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Hari sir. This is from our end.
You look very serious, this young man, Mr. Dilip, I believe. Uh, Lakshmi, you did well, and then Dilip, you also have brought things very clear. And thanks for your love and affection, and then understanding of the practice that you are undertaking. Definitely, communication is a challenge, as we mentioned earlier, and communication is an opportunity. Communication automatically takes you forward. So the best part that Mr. Dilip is mentioning, particularly about the communication, if at all that is there, even if I have less knowledge in the content that I know, I would definitely take it forward. This is definitely acceptable statement, and it is proved. It is proved several times, and keep working. Thanks for these two candidates who were nominated and who were allowed and who were supported by the whole slot. And I hope most of the girls, boys, they are getting ready how to really face these examiners. And thank you. And now slot 2.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, externals. I am Santoshini, working as an assistant professor in Lendi Institute. I heartily welcome Leelavati madam, Nagavani madam, and Malavika madam, and special thanks to our Malavika madam who supported. us today. And today I would like to share about my experience of this employability skills. Student take effort to work on it, and immediately they enter into a lab after listening this. Just they can't present what they listen; they observe it, and they have to present their analysis. So throughout the process or whatever they do, it's really a great work, and individual performance and individual feedback whatever they receive, that definitely benefits a lot to them. And how can I stop without admiring to our real background hero, our Hari sir? This employability skills, that thought itself really amazes me every time. When I discuss with my family also, they said, "Yeah, okay, this really benefits the student. How can he think always about the student?" Even my mother-in-law also says, such a great teacher, always he thinks for the student without thinking, without any hard work, without a lot of means examining in the mind, it cannot be presented like this. So such a beneficial program, really. I showed them videos and all that. We really very happy. My old mates, even my elder sister, everyone praises a lot about this program, this employability skills. Students are getting benefited to it. I'm really very happy for it. And I again request all the students to reach all the observations presented by your externals. Keep it in your heart and use it for your future. Thank you. And Vinay wants to speak about his experience of this lab.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. I have learned some skills in this English lab. This lab is used for so many things, that the language speaking, communication, reading, and I have learned something is that listening skills. That listening skills was helped me so much in this lab, and we have learning this skills from so many days. And this lab was useful to our future also. And this language can be u- using something, and this communication and group discussions, individual presentations is useful to our futures, and this group discussion is also good to me. Okay, thank you, sir.
Over to Dhanalakshmi.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon to Hari sir and externals and overall madams here presented and sirs. I am S. Dhanlakshmi. Today I am here to share my experience about English lab. Uh, Especially the environment created here is very good. Uh, here I am sharing the experience. I learned many things in English lab, especially I am very weak in speaking skills, and I am very hesitate in the speaking in front of the camera. But after coming to the English lab, it will it helps us very increaseful manner. Thank you to giving this opportunity.
Yeah, that's great hearing from Lakshmi and
Vinay, sir.
Vinay. Yes, well said. In our language community, we always separate countries from speaking to non-speaking. This batch, Triple E, which is believed to be in engineering as only the workforce, they think too much about power, electronics, that stuff. But when they come to speaking, how it is, we are now experiencing. You're really doing all the best. And I've seen being you or the engineers realize the pleasure of understanding the spirit of speaking. Once you have realized it, definitely you'll go forward. And thanks, just you are only halfway of the engineering. So, to ma'am Santoshini's ideas, definitely.
Yes, all
Language
from our
teaching.
side.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
language teachers are to be ready in taking up these new challenges. As ma'am Santoshini has already said, most of our mates and most of our earlier colleagues and then others were telling that this is a suitable opportunity. Definitely, this is a fantastic idea behind making people to practice or put something as practice for communication. So it is really a pleasure, and we'll go forward for the slot 3 to introduce itself.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, sir, and very good afternoon, all the examiners who are present on screen. And Nagarani ma'am is known to us I think, especially we'll thank Malvika ma'am. I think she left the meeting. Unfortunately, maybe she had a network problem.
She'll
She'll
come
be
back. She'll
back.
come back. No
Yeah.
problem.
And Leelavati ma'am, very thankful. We are very thankful to you all. So I'm Revati, working as an assistant professor at Lendi. And in Team English, I'm really happy to be part of this. Hari sir is actually guiding us in a right way. So really, we are learning and doing both are happening here, and even we are very happy with the students outcomes and their feedback as well. So why? Because when we get a good feedback and good improvement in the students, then only a teacher would feel really happy. So that happiness is there within us. And also we have some students who are quite challenging, and we are working on them. So it is really, as a teacher, I feel very pleasure to have this environment here in Lendi. So it is just because of Hari sir. So really, we are very thankful to him. And so far we heard many students experience, right? So it is very required for their employment, especially this course, EES course, is helpful for the students getting ready for their job. Nowadays, no training, no institution is giving such kind of a wonderful environment for their employment, right? But here we really believe it is more enough for the students. Instead of listening in my words, I'd like to ask the students who sat beside me to share their experience.
Good afternoon, Hari sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Uh, First of all, thank you for giving this golden opportunity to me. In this semester, we have learned employability skills, in that where we can focus on listening to speaking and so many things which are PPDT and email writing, grammar, vocabulary. In this, we have a platform called Padlet where we can practice for 1 minute on which topic we can. That was said by Hari sir. Thank you so much, sir. By practicing on that, we can crack any interview very easily. When we compare our institution with the other institutions, they don't have this type of communication and these type of facilities. First of all, I would like to thank Hari sir for giving this golden opportunity for me and my peer friends also. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So here we have another student who would like to share his experience in our lab.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Neeraj. Firstly, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity. And secondly, I would like to apologize if I may misspeak or overstep my boundaries when I'm sharing this experience of mine. Initially, when I first stepped into this lab or so, or this class, I thought, why go for such an elaborate setup? Why bring such an environment, like too much of expensive objects such as systems, projector, and camera, and all this setup? I thought, why go for such an elaborate setup? Isn't it exaggerated? Isn't it unnecessary? Why go for everything that is here instead of spending money on laboratories or resources on libraries or books, etc.? Later on, you wouldn't believe how baffled I was when I actually grasped the essence of this lab. I thought initially, isn't it just learning the language at the end of the day, the main objective of this class? So isn't it better for lecturers or any other staff to teach us the grammar and communication rules? It would be enough, right? I thought the same way. But actually, after going through all these sessions and classes, I actually fall in love with this entire environment. I could say this is the best, potentially the ideal environment to nourish students in language, especially in English language, and the ability to communicate with any person. It doesn't mean, and it doesn't limited to employers or anyone. So I'd like to explain what I have learned in this class, especially the LSRW, listening, speaking, reading, and writing activities. My friend has mentioned Padlet activity. And also we have done email writing, essay writing, and also especially the listening, listen to speak activity, where in which a video will be played and we will be asked to express our feelings, experience, and what we have learned from the video. At, so I'd like to conclude, this is could be potentially the best ideal environment to nourish a student, to face the employers, to learn English and communicate freely. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Neeraj and Teju.
How are you,
This is
Tezu?
from our side.
Revati, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
How are you, Tezu?
I'm
Uh,
fine, sir.
Thank God. No tears in your
She's
eyes, right?
nervous.
Mm.
Yeah.
I well remember this was the first, that was the first day when I was attending to these kids in the classroom, long back, some 4 semesters ago. Tezu was bitterly weeping some other day just to make herself not ready for the communication challenge. But today I have seen Tezu is quite confident, got ready to deliver what that has come to her mind. Yes, truly, you proved, Tezu. Keep working. You are only halfway,
Thank you, sir.
right? Fortunately, the whole setup, as Neeraj mentioned, is available at various places. But you know, it is not the infrastructure that is created. It is the way that you kind of children who come forward to make use of it is the story. I've seen Neeraj's capacity on the very structured sentences that he has made. Thanks to Norman Lewis, who has left a beautiful little red book. Is
Yeah.
it there available just behind you? Yeah.
Yes,
That
sir.
book which is put, yeah, that book which is put into practice in this lab could have added to the vocabulary that Mr. Neeraj has used. Baffle, a word. It is a very rarely used word. Nourish is also a rarely used word. Maybe Malvika like researchers or Nagarani like researchers who are really putting right effort. Nagarani is not only a teacher for a longer period, and now she has started even researching. Malvika being a research scholar and Leelavati, all these will definitely accept. Uh, the right use of the words is another yardstick for one's communication to be rated. So Neeraj has produced a very good impression while he is picking out those interesting words, right? So Revati is also excited, saying that only our institution has it. No, the world has no boundaries to have the resources that are being picked up. Teachers, we are just the part of this big ocean. We are doing what best that we are. And then with the help of these many interesting teachers and with the help of that bigger world. So definitely we are showing the world that we are better than many, but we are not alone under the sun to produce the best. But we are doing because Language Lab says openly, learning by doing. So we learn by doing, we commit our mistakes, and then we learn from it. Thank you so much, Tezu and Neeraj, who have made beautiful presentations. Now,
Yes, sir.
yes, now let me take you directly to external examiner's introduction. Malvika, Leelavati, both of them have come from English and Foreign Languages University, from one of my good old friends, and then a teacher who was vibrant when she has worked here, Madam Suvarna, who has worked in JNTU GV for some time, and ma'am has made these 3 districts worthy enough with the teacher community to learn how to make good attempt of language teaching. So such madam has referred these 2 scuds for us. Leela is always, Leela has come long back, and Malvika, Pooja, these scholars have come present. Thank you, Leelavati ma'am. You are on screen now. Right, namaste. Right. So these two are to introduce one after the other, and I request Malvika first. Malvika was there in the earlier session also yesterday. She did all the best, and she was with the student friends, and then shared the opinions. And especially, I mentioned thanks to Madam Suvarna, University FLU, And then next to all of those, Malvika and Leelavati. So I request Malvika to introduce herself.
Thank you, sir. How many ever times I come here, it's such a good opportunity that I'm getting to evaluate and to look at those people who are eager to learn. So yeah, I'd love to be a part of it anytime and any number of time. So yeah, I'll introduce myself. I'm Malvika. I'm the first year research scholar from English and Foreign Languages University, and my topic of research is using artificial intelligence to improve speaking skills of learners. So it'll greatly align to my research topic.
That's fantastic to have the AI-based language teaching learning. This is a new normal today, and it is going to rock the world shortly.
Yeah.
And we expect a lot from both Malvika and Leelavati for the scholarship that you are putting before us. And definitely, that is a right thing. Still, that's all from your side,
Yes, sir.
ma'am
Yes,
Malvika.
sir.
You're so sweet, ma'am Malvika. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And now I request ma'am Leela, who was there earlier also in the last year sessions, in couple of sessions, ma'am Leela was there, whose presence and whose importance was indelible for us. No doubt, it is not praise on the face of her, and it's not that good also to praise on the face of people, but it is inevitable for me to say this word because she has put a right impression. Still, those kids who have already transferred from our semester to the next semester game, they are recalling the experience with
That's
us.
great. That's
So
really
I
great.
request Leela to introduce.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for the brief introduction. It was lovely. So I'm here today only for Haribabu, sir, and the students because I miss these sessions a lot. So I missed the last one. I guess this is my third session here with Lendi. And yeah, I this is a great opportunity for me to gel with the students and do this process. So actually, yeah, let me introduce myself. Before that, good afternoon, everyone. Yes, my
Very good
name is
afternoon.
Leelavati, and I am a research scholar at IFLU. This is my fifth year, almost about to complete and submit. So that's why my schedule was so tight that I was actually like annoying Haribabu said, like, sir, when is this? Actually, they have allotted a slot for me. I had to change at the last moment because I had my presentation coming up. Like it was in the short notice, so I had to change my slot. So yeah, it was happily done, and my JRF to SRF is completed. So I'm a JRF scholar, and I'm about to submit my thesis. My further plans are to teach at college. So I'm always happy to be along with these students. Actually, they give me a lot of energy. Whatever I am, whatever it is the day is, so they are going to boost my energy. So this is me. Hope we'll have a happy learning time now. Don't take this as an assessment and have a lot of pressure in your heads. So we'll have a good fun time. Yes, sir.
That's great having ma'am Leela into our pocket, and in fact, we wanted this kind of a pleasure because um, being a teacher, working here for a longer period, not coming out of these four walls, we might not have the first-hand experience. Though we were the teachers, having many scholars, working on research, still, these hands, Malvika or Leelavati, kind of first-hand experiences would definitely help. These are the resourceful teachers. That's why the model of this kind of an examination is meeting to the target of students' expectation. So thank you so much for your time. And now, one of the good old friends, senior teacher who worked as a principal also for a college for some time, Ma'am Nagarani, who is working at nearby college, Avanti Institutes. Ma'am Nagarani, you are welcome
Yes,
to
sir.
introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. Yeah. So it's a pleasure part of mine introduce myself. So good afternoon to Haribabu sir. Sir, it was a privilege to me associate with you today. And yeah, I'm so excited to be having in this great opportunity. So I would like to introduce myself. I'm Nagarani, working as an external professor and also CRT, campus recruitment trainer at Avanti Engineering College. So recently, and today I've been called by Pushpalata ma'am, Pushpalata ma'am, and Revati ma'am, and also Bhavani ma'am. I appreciate your efforts for following up me and giving updates all the time. So that was very impressive, three of you ma'am. A good effort from your side. And I depict you, all the students, you're going to be too lucky because you're under the guidance of the golden hands, our Haribabu sir. That was so blessed. Thank you so much, sir. And I really want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to all the students. And I'm looking forward for the productive session coming up. And I strongly believe that a good listener is a good speaker, right? So fortunately, today the team come up with the same kind of that. So definitely, I congratulate all the students and best wishes for you. Best. Thank you, sir.
That's great hearing from you, ma'am.
Yes,
This is all what the examination, a typical work plan of examination. And the first part, introductions, have been done very well. And now the time for AV file playing. Just give me a second of time. I'll be sharing the video to the big hall to get it played.
Yes, sir.
1 second. My computer is I do it from my side and I share screen, and I want you to confirm whether that is being played well or not.
Okay, sir.
Have you been watching something?
Yes, sir. It's visible, sir.
Now free to the world, that is what you have found?
Yes, sir.
On screen. Thank you. Thank you. And all others?
Story of mixed emotions.
Yeah. It's about remarkable people and all that.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you so much for all examiners, examinees, and then other support staff available in the room. And I'm very happy to tell you that this examination is revolving around this video. And I request everybody to watch it out gently and keep that in your mind. And I request the student friends to respond as and when the time that arrives for you. You have to give your perception for 30 seconds. And then after that, you have to come with your like-minded peer group to discuss before the examiner for around 1 or 2 minutes. Just it's 2.5 minutes examination. That is what the challenge of the communication. And thanks to language teachers who loved this process effectively. And I'm going to now play it for you. Hope you must have noticed the screen shared.
Yes, sir.
And I'm playing it.
Sir, audio is not audible, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
I'll just, yeah, now?
No, sir.
Now?
No,
Now
sir.
also? Yeah. Give me 1 second again. I can stop sharing it again. So I now share it, right? I'm sharing it now. I think definitely it will now play with the audio.
Yes, sir.
It's audible.
Yeah. Then,
It's audible, sir.
yes.
This means I'm smiling. So does that. This means mouse. Cat. Here we have a story. The start of the story where this means guy, and that is a ponytail on a passerby. Here's where it happens. These are when. This is a cassette tape the girl puts into her cassette tape player. She wears it every day. It's not considered vintage. She just likes certain music to sound a certain way. Look at her posture. It's remarkable. That's because she dances. Now he, the guy, takes all of this in, figuring, honestly, geez, what are my chances? And he could say, oh my God, or I heart you, I'm laughing out loud, I want to give you a hug. But he comes up with that. You know, he tells her, I'd like to hand paint your portrait on a coffee mug. Put a crab inside it. Add some water. 7 different salts. He means he's got this sudden notion to stand on dry land but just panhandle at the ocean. He says, you look like a mermaid, but you walk like a waltz. And the girl goes, what? So the guy replies, yeah, I know. I think my heartbeat might be the Morse code for inappropriate. At least, that's how it seems. I'm like a junior varsity cheerleader sometimes for swearing, awkward silences, and very simple rhyme schemes. Right now, talking to you, I'm not even really a guy. I'm a monkey. Blowing kisses at a butterfly. But I'm still suggesting you and I should meet. First, soon, and then a lot. I'm thinking the southwest corner of 5th and 42nd at noon tomorrow, but I'll stay until you show up, ponytail or not. Hell, ponytail alone. I don't know what else to tell you. I got a pencil you can borrow. You could put it in your phone. But the girl does not budge. Does not smile, does not frown. She just says, no thank you, you know?
I just no need to decode it. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yeah, I just not needed any decoding here. So such a wonderful emotion. There's nothing to write. There's everything to write. So this is what the audio video file, and I now request all of you to break into rooms, break out into rooms, and then you guys will take the examiners also into the slot 1, who is the one that you wanted.
Slot 1, Leelavati ma'am, sir.
All right.
I was given slot 1, sir.
Yes. I'm just assigning. In fact, I'm opening the rooms. Yes, the rooms are open. And those who are able to join, you can join directly. I'm setting Leela into slot 1, and then who is into slot 2?
Malvika ma'am, sir.
All right. I'm assigning Malvika into it.
And slot 3,
obviously
Nagarani ma'am.
Nagarani ma'am into slot 3.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And then you guys also can go directly into slots that you belong to. Right. And then I have put you. And within another 5 minutes time, the exam begins. And I request support examiners to take it forward. Thank you.